MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell is once again in a world of trouble after his last remaining lawyer abandoned him in his attempt to appeal a ruling from February that says he has to pay up $5 million to the man who proved him wrong in the Prove Mike Lindell Wrong challenge. Now, if you're not familiar with that, this was when Mike Lindell was doing one of his little cyber symposiums a couple years ago, and he said, if anybody can prove me wrong, can prove that this data does not show that the 2020 election was stolen, I'll pay you $5 million. And it was an official contest. There were rules, there were applications, so it was a real thing. And this one guy, engineer Robert Zeidman, who, by the way, was a conservative, he entered. He proved Mike Lindell wrong. Mike Lindell refused to pay up. They went to arbitration. They then had to take it to federal court because Lindell still refused to pay. And he got a verdict against him in February saying, you have to pay this guy $5 million. He followed the rules. You were proven to be wrong, dude. Lindell doesn't want to pay. Still to this day, doesn't want to pay. So, a couple months ago, 2 of his lawyers abandoned him in his attempt to appeal this ruling. They said, we're not going to do this anymore, right? Like, you're not going to win, man. Please stop making us look like fools. So 2 of them left. So he got a new lawyer. And now, about a month later, that new lawyer was also like, I can't do this anymore, right? Okay, you lost. I'm out of here. So the lawyer filed notice on June 4th with the court saying, I am out of here. The court said, okay, that's fine, but you actually have to issue an official notice to Lindell Management Company, which the lawyer then did. Now the lawyer's gone and Mike Lindell has nobody. The reason this is such a big deal is because Mike Lindell, as we all know, has some pretty serious things coming up on his calendar in the very near future, including multi-billion dollars worth of defamation lawsuits against him from Dominion Voting Systems and Smartmatic. So, not having any lawyers willing to represent you in one case makes it all the more likely that you're not going to be able to get lawyers to represent you in a later case. Now, I do not know off the top of my head what the status is with his lawyers on those other cases, but I have to imagine, based on these other stories, that it's probably not great. Not to mention the fact that because this Prove Mike Lindell Wrong challenge was handled by a federal court, that's going to be used against him in those defamation cases, right? The lawyers for Dominion and Smartmatic are going to be able to walk into court and say, hey, one court already determined that this man's data was completely wrong, that it was all false, that it was basically fabricated. Therefore, everything he has said about us has already been proven to be untrue in court. That's probably going to be one of the fastest defamation trials we have ever seen in this country, if you ignore the fact that it has taken years and years for this thing to even go to trial. In fact, I don't even think it's supposed to go to trial till like January or early of 2025. And this happened at that point over 4 years ago. So it's a little delayed, but we are getting there. Mike Lindell is going to limp along with apparently no legal representation. There's no word yet on whether or not he's going to drop the appeal for the $5 million. At this point, Mike Lindell needs all the money he can get. Obviously, things are not going super well, according to him, with MyPillow. So, yeah, he needs to save all of his money because he's going to find himself in a Rudy Giuliani situation very quickly, possibly by this time next year, where he owes more to the people that have sued him than he has in the bank. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.